The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
This is not about freedom. I'll use my power to get them out of the way. Come on.
I got hairy legs.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Ooh, welcome everyone to episode 23 hundo and 89 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you
The fucking Catalina one.
The fucking Catalina one.
What's going on, fam? I got the hoodie on today. My goodness, it is cold out. It's been rainy. It's been rainy and fucking gross all day. It's been rainy and gross all day. I am cold, nipply, but I'm feeling good. So this is, of course, we always talk about it. Maybe I'm usually nips out, but if I'm not nips out, then my nips are covered with Swolenormous apparel and occasionally the cloak of judgment, but usually Swolenormous apparel. So the only approved merchandise to wear here is Swolenormous apparel. So I got the Go to the Fucking Gym hoodie, shameless plug, papaswolio.com, and I cut the neck and I cut the sleeves. So yeah, and I cut the bottom a little bit, so it's nice. I've been experimenting a little bit, but it's a nice shirt. It's nice. It's a nice hoodie. It's a nice hoodie. Get yours over there, papaswolio.com. Use code DailySwole for 10% off. Fam, we got a special announcement to make. Actually, we're going to get into that. I got something special for y'all. Once we get into the episode. Reminder that today is Ask Papa Swolio Live, so if you have questions, you can start dropping them in the comments down below. Thank you very much. That was nice.
I gave it a 10.
We're off to a good start.
A fucking 10.
So if you have questions, drop them in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Really fucking weird. Today it's dark. It's like 6 o'clock and it's dark. It was like 5:30 and dark. I hate that. I hate it. Why is it dark so early? Doesn't make sense. My body's like, it's time to go to sleep, and it's like 5:30. I'm like, not a little bit early. Okay, so today is just questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Drop in the comments down below. Before we get into the questions, remember that tomorrow, Swole fam members, join now, swolenormousx.com. Tomorrow's episode is private. It's private. Oh, come now. Oh, come on. Oh, come now. Tomorrow's episode is private, but it's for members. So if you're complaining, if you're, oh my God, it's a private episode, then join the fam over at swolenormousx.com. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, we got the best way to start the week is our Swole Fam accountability meeting. It's a live call, and we're going to have some questions. We might have some people coming up on stage for questions. We get to ask them. Blood's going to run red in the streets. It's going to be savage. It's going to be merciless. So if you do have questions, it's a private member Q&A too. You could drop questions in the chat. You can come up on stage and ask a question. We're also going to have awesome Swole Fam posts and new releases and stuff. So it's a big week. I know it's Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday, but still stay focused with the Swole Fam. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. All right, let's get into, not the tip, let's bust the nut open, and then I'm going to share the little surprise today. Are you excited? Are you excited for a surprise? I'm sure you are. Here we go. Falcon. The nut has been busted. Let's fucking go. All right, well, that's what's up. Hashtag Swole Privilege is Ask Papa Swolio Live. It's a Red Wine Swole Sunday Funday Q&A-ness. Hashtag Swole Privilege. Indeed. Indeed. Now, so drop that in the comments down below. We'll give that away to a member. What's going on, Cerny, by the way? How we doing, everyone in the Daily Swole Telegram chat? Let's get into Rufus. What are you doing? What are you doing, Tainty Man? Oh, he's so tainty. But guess what we have today? I told you we get one. I don't have the logos or anything up, but we have the church perch. We have the church cam is right here. Round of applause. I need to get the angles right. But yes, so we have the church perch. She's showing you her butt. I'm not sure. I can't get the... I want to see how... Come on. She's like, I don't want to be turned around. Say hi to the camera. It's too close. Let me move you back a little bit from the... Maybe let me move you back. Oh, I'll move you back from the cam. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, isn't she cute? Oh. The church perch. She's like, why'd you turn me around, Dad? All right. So there's the church perch. We'll experiment with that. It's going to be a good time. I got the camera. There you go. She's so cute. She's like, why am I facing the other direction? She's so small. She's so small. And then, of course, we have the big old tainty boy. What are you sniffing over there, dude? What are you sniffing? All right. So I'm going to probably hit the wrong, but yeah, there we go. Oh, it's just going to be a nest. It's just going to be a nest for most of the time because that's pretty much what she's going to do. That's pretty much what it's going to be like. She's just going to be doing that. That's pretty much it right there. That's what you're going to get. All right. Let's get into... Oh, she moved. Let's go back. I'm going to have to get a better... I didn't mount the camera or anything yet. The camera's over here. It's kind of like resting there with an angle. So I'll do better with that, and we'll make that happen. Okay, but she's really tiny, super tiny. So we got a church perch, and that's nice. That's all well and good. There you go. I'm trying to move it back. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Are we gonna die of cuteness now on the show? It's too much. It's too much. It's way too much. It's way too much. I can't handle it. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Are we going to get thousands of viewers now for the live streams? Is it just run this? I'll just be in the corner. I'll be over here. I'll be over here. Nothing to see here. It's just Papa Swolio. Nothing to see here. You can just watch the church cam the whole time. All right, let's get into some questions. Just kidding. You all just, you want to see me. You want to see me. Yeah, you want to see me, right? That's fucking bullshit.
I got hairy legs.
Come on, I got hairy legs. Come on, my legs. They're fucking hairy. Okay, we'll take some questions. Let's see here. Let's take one from Instagram. You could drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. We'll get into them. All right. Zeal Pets on Instagram. If you could spend 30 minutes with someone, anyone in the entire world, who would it be? That's a good question. 30 minutes with someone, anyone in the entire world, alive or dead? Alive or dead? Like currently living? I don't know. That's going to need some more. That's going to need some more thought. That's going to need some more thought. I don't know what context, what are the parameters of that? I don't like answering those. I don't have those thoughts off the cuff because, yeah, it's a good question. I need to think about that. Because if it was anyone, dead or alive. It could be a grandparent. It could be someone like an ancestor. It could be that kind of thing. You could drop your thoughts in the comments if you guys have that. I haven't done those thought experiments. It's just not something that I do. Anyone asks me if you could do one thing, I have to ponder on that for a little bit because that's a good ask. That's a nice card right there to pull. So if it's anyone dead or alive, then that opens up like history. That's a lot. But for me, when you ask a question like that, it's like, oh, anyone throughout history, it's almost like a stupid question. It's like, I would talk to. It doesn't matter. The cool thing is, I will kind of expound on that a little bit. If you think about it, this is what books are, right? This is what books are. They're written by people that have lived maybe hundreds, if not sometimes thousands of years ago. And it's like a window, reading literature and looking at art. It's a window. It's actually communication with someone from the past. So you can think about it like that. Will, Papa Swole, do you recommend any good books for brain gains? Asking since I don't have access to brain gains on Swolenormous X. Oh, yeah, brain gains is for unlimited members. Good books for brain gains? Not off the top of my head, actually. If anyone else has some thoughts, you could drop them in the comments down below. I'm bricking on some of these early questions. It depends on what you mean, because a lot of things can improve mindfulness. It could be things like Atomic Habits. It could be things like it could be things about like time management and perspective. But if you're looking into literal mindfulness, I'd have to look into that. Not off the top of my head. I'm sure a lot of you will have things that maybe you're reading or going off of, but no, not especially. Pedro, did you cut the sleeves off of your sweater because your forearms are too big for your sweater? Well, yes. 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 That's exactly right. No, I wish that was the case. Actually, I don't know if I wish that was the case. That'd be ridiculous if my forearms were that fucking big. So we'll say yes. We'll see, a lot of you are just dropping good books. A lot of you are just dropping good books. So if you're talking about, when you're talking about brain gains, I mean, there's a lot of good books. And if you are a member, you said you don't have access to brain gains, but if you are a member, you might have access, depending on your membership, you might have the access to the Swolosophy section. You can also check out the Swolenormous Audio Experience podcast that I have right here, wherever you're listening to, any podcast. You can check out the Swolenormous Audio Experience, but also on the Amazon store. When you log into your account on your homepage with all memberships, you can get access to the Amazon store, and I have a lot of books there. So if you're just looking for general books, I'm thinking, okay, specific mindfulness type books. But if you're just looking for good books, then check out all those books there. Too swole for my sweater. Too swole. All right, so we have a correlation here. Pedro is saying my forearms are too big for my sweatshirt. Thank you, Pedro. Turta.lly. How to grow arms. Lift the weights. Lift weights. Body parts like arms, forearms, calves, they get a lot more stress more frequently. Abs, they're engaged a lot more, so you can train them more frequently. So you can train arms twice a week, but technically if you're doing an upper body day like chest or back, you're also getting some arms. So you could do a separate, if you're struggling with arms, everyone has different body parts that might excel or lag. So you can do, let's say, upper body, whether you're doing general upper body days, push pull, like chest and back. I like doing chest and back together. That's been my flow lately, is doing chest and back, but I do more macro compound movements. And then on the next day, or on the next time I'm doing upper body, I'll do arms, but I'll also do things like ring dips, which is great for arms, but also hits chest again, for example. Or I'll do things like straight arm pull downs, which hits the lats, but also the long head of the triceps. Or I'll do pullovers. I'll kind of activate, or maybe just do pull-ups, like ring pull-ups. And then I'll do focused shoulders and biceps and triceps. So it's kind of like a general upper body day with a focus more on arms and some isolation movements. But, you can train, for example, if you're doing chest, you can throw in some triceps or biceps, depending on what you prefer. And on back day, you can throw in some triceps or biceps and then have a separate day where you hit them again. That way you can get some more frequency in there. But how to grow arms it's a whole conversation. It comes down to the nutrition. It comes down to general, overloading and strength training. Yeah, I agree. Cerny says, what do these people want when they ask a question like that? They probably just want support. How to grow arms. I guess you want to know, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. I agree. Like, these are stupid, lazy fucking questions. So some people will say, oh, there's no bad questions. That's incorrect. There are terrible questions. There are lazy questions. How to grow arms. How do you think? Honestly, you lift fucking weights. Heavy. So I was just trying to be helpful, but again, if you ask a really general question on these, you're going to get a really general answer. If you get a specific question, if I have something, I'll give you a specific answer. But if you ask a really general question, I can't get specific. Let's see. Vincent would love to hear your thoughts from the Telegram chat. Your thoughts on the movie Pumping Iron. I've seen it like probably literally 100 times, 50 to 100 times. There was a period where I had it on every day. At night, I would just put it on. So I've seen that movie a ton of times. And I've also seen the documentary behind the scenes, the making of. So it's really a docudrama. It's not so much a documentary. I mean, it's definitely not as they portrayed it in terms of the rivalries and stuff. Like, they were all friends. A lot of that stuff was nonsense. Like, you know, Louis was never going to beat Arnold. They made it look like it was going to be really close, but it wasn't. Like, it wasn't something that was going to happen. In other words, it gets better the more you watch it. All right. Let's see here. TCAP, I worked retail for 17 years. There's lots of stupid questions, promise. I know, right? So this is what they say that in school. It's like, there's no stupid questions or no bad questions. Hard disagree. Disagree in a big way. There are a lot of dumb questions. I know because I receive many of them. Okay, let's get into some more questions. See what else we got. Let's bring that sexy beach into focus. She's so cute. The church perch. We got the church and we got the tainty man. Both of them out. It's so much better. Now we can share the church. Okay. Let's see here. We got another question. Again, if you have a question, drop in the comments down below. This seems like a slow question day. It might be. Otherwise, in that case, we'll keep it nice and tight. But if you have live questions, drop it. We don't have any calls for today. I guess everyone knows everything already. That's totally fine. We were getting a ton of call-ins because we put in Instagram stories when the Swolenormous Instagram was up. We're still trying to get that fucking back. It's really moving slowly. So once that gets back up, we'll probably have a lot more call-ins again because that was a much bigger page. MQ Mahmood writes, Papa Swolio, bro, I've been gymming for like 8 months now, but I can't get my bench over 50 kilograms. Been stuck here forever. I remember my first beer. You've been gymming for 8 months. First off, very nice. We're happy for you. 8 months is fucking nothing. It's fucking nothing. It's nothing. So let's get that out of the way first. So it's a general question. You've been stuck here forever. That's not really a question. That's a complaint. So rather than complaining, you should be getting back in the fucking gym. So what's 50 kilograms? That's like, what, 110 pounds? Right? About? Is that accurate? That might actually be literally, right? 2.2. It might be literally 110 pounds. So anyway, I've been stuck here forever. Well, that's normal. I don't know how you're training. So I can't really help you too much. Could be sleep, could be nutrition, could be the way you're training, could be your form, could be how much volume, there's so many options. So a couple things that you can do would be some negatives, would be maybe some other accessory exercises like training your posterior rotator cuff and making sure that your lower traps and muscle in the back, your form is optimal. A lot of people struggle with increasing movements, but they fundamentally have poor form. So they're kind of handicapping themselves in that manner. And also, in my personal opinion, bench, like any kind of like barbell bench, it's very overrated. So I would make sure that you're focusing much more on the quality of the form and maybe opting for dumbbells. I prefer dumbbells for bench in general over bar. I do like bar, and I've liked it more since I've been using, curved bars where you can get much more stretch, like the Cadillac bar or any other type of, curved bar. You can use, I guess it was called the Duffalo bar. There's different curved bars where you can get more of a stretch at the bottom. But I really do. I've been preferring dumbbells in general a lot more. I've always focused more on dumbbells in general. So there could be a lot of other things I couldn't really tell you without knowing more, but keep at it and don't underestimate forced reps, negatives, and you're training other accessory muscles that are going to support the shoulder joint, the shoulder girdle. You also might want to do a video and take a video of your form and then cross-check it, because sometimes you think you're doing things that you're not, and cross-check it with professionals, like people that bench for a living. There are people that their main thing, like powerlifters, that they just bench. Midnight Rider, Papa Swolio, what's up? How's it going? It's going great. I've missed the lives, but I'm here tonight. What's your plan for Thanksgiving meal? Anything different? I'm not excited about all the industrial waste. Mama Swolio and I, we're just going to be cooking steaks. So we're just going to be having probably what we normally eat. Steak and fruit and stuff like that. Yep. That's about it. So that's my Thanksgiving meal. Like, I can give thanks and still eat delicious, nutritious food. And that's what I want. Like, I'm not like, ooh, turkey. It's like, I can have turkey every day of the week. I'm a grown ass. I could have turkey any day of the year. I'm a grown ass man. I just have no desire. No, I want a really good meal. So I'm going to eat some steak. Bubbles, Papa Swolio, I started your program and trying to be healthy for a week now, and I feel great. That's a great start. But as a person with bipolar and fast mood drops, how do you keep motivated to stay on track with a mood drop? Well, when you're eating healthier and getting quality sleep and exercising, it'll take time for your body to, really get into that new flow. So I don't really have a lot of mood drops. It happens now and again. You'll feel shitty or like sluggish or kind of like anxious or frustrated for no apparent reason. That's why mindfulness and brain gains is very important. So I would make sure that you're checking out the brain gains section. That can help you catch some of these triggers as before they happen. More practice is better. But motivation has nothing to do with it. We always talk about motivation being bullshit, and that's why I always say fuck your motivation. It doesn't matter if you feel like it or not. So I'm not saying you're not gonna feel like a low mood, but a low mood doesn't keep you from objectively like doing stuff. Like, you don't feel good. It's like, okay, go do a yoga class, do the training you're supposed to, but I don't feel like it. Okay, do it anyway. But I feel really down. Do it anyway. Force that shit because it's time to do it. And I always say, when you equate it to when you take a shit, do you think, I don't really feel like wiping my ass right now? No, you don't. You wipe your ass because you don't want to have shit butt, right? So it's not like an option. Make it like that. You wouldn't just not wipe your ass. So do the training and do the stuff that you're supposed to do. And I'll keep you on track. And you might, have more severe drops than others, but it's like, objectively, did you do it or did you not? That's what it comes down to. Did you train? Did you eat what you're supposed to? Or did you not? Either you did or you didn't. If you didn't, does the reason really matter? I'm not saying that to be a dick, but does the reason really matter? Not really. You didn't do it. Why didn't you do it? I didn't feel like it. I had a mood drop. It was raining outside. It led to the same outcome. I'm not saying that you might not have a situation where it makes it really challenging to get what you need to get done in a day. It interrupts your schedule. Life happens, but this is why you can adapt. And let's say, oh, shit happens. I can't make it to the fucking gym today because flat tire. Well, and I'm not going to get to sleep too late, and I'm going to be trained too late. If by the time I got fixed and it was 7:00, go home, do some Swole, do a meditation, do a Swole in 7, and then call it a wrap and crush it again tomorrow. Like, you did something, you'll feel good. It might not be the best, but you did the best that you could for that day with the tools that you had at your disposal. This is why it's better to do things first and put yourself first. That's why it's better to train first in the day, because a lot of chaos and a lot of shit might go down the day. But if you make sure you get yours in first, then a lot of stuff can happen and you prioritize yourself first. So your chance of getting things done that it's most important for you before chaos happens is much better. If you leave going to the gym last, like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, you're going to be stressed. You're going to have busy. Someone's going to call you. You're going to have to run an errand. You might have a flat tire. Then you have to get that fit. Like, you're just leaving more things that can interrupt your things that are important to you. Will, Papa Swolio, I'm considering a deload week, but I've never fully committed to one before. Nice.
We choose truth over facts.
Are they that beneficial? And what are some tips when working on a deload week? Well, here's the thing. A lot of people don't train hard enough to actually warrant a deload week. In all honesty, a lot of people do deload weeks when they shouldn't. Like, they're not overloaded enough to even need a deload. So it depends on why are you considering one. If you're doing really high intense, like we have kind of these intermittent weeks in some of the training programs, because, and the purpose of that is not that you absolutely need a deload week at that time objectively, because everyone that does, let's say, Swole season is different. Everyone that does the programs are different, but they're there as a precaution and as also a teaching tool to expose you to, hey, this is what a deload week is like. And then a lot of times people will do, and a lot of you can drop in the comments, you'll do a transition week or one of these like intermittent weeks in between the phase of the programs, and you realize, wow, I needed this more than I realized. If anything, you're going to feel more rested to crush it again in the following week. And like the benefit of that is like it can catch you before you catch yourself and expose you to the reality like, oh my God, I never realized that I needed recovery at this point. I was on a roll, and you get momentum. You get momentum with intense training, and you think it's all the same and you're overloading yourself the same, and you don't recognize how burnt out you are. You learn with experience. So sometimes people that do these programs need that deload before they might even recognize it themselves. So it depends on why you're considering a deload week. In other words, if you're focusing on recovery, and I think all programming should be focused on recovery first, proper sleep, sauna, cold, mobility, all those things come first. That's your foundation. And then your intensity with your training revolves around how well you're recovering. And people will try to train really hard and then fit in the recovery, and then they burn out. It's like, no kidding, because your foundation should be recovery. A lot of you and a lot of people listening and people out there in general aren't even sleeping enough for just living without exercise. They're not even sleeping enough or quality anyway. They're not recovering just for doing jack shit. Of course, exercising will help you sleep and will help you, but you get my point. Most people aren't even recovering just for not doing anything physically active, even though it's kind of like one helps the other. Frank, are there any warm or hot drinks aside from coffee that you'd recommend in the colder months? Bone broth. JMT, Papa Swolio, why are you so smart? I mean, I'm informed, so I appreciate it. I mean, I have knowledge because I have experience, and I'm interested, and I care. And I've been passionate about learning and testing these things out. The reason why I have a lot of answers for a lot of these things is not that I'm formally educated too, but we know now today that a lot of just having letters after your name or formal education doesn't mean you know what you're talking about. And just because you don't have letters doesn't mean you don't. It's because not only do I listen, do I learn, do I read, do I experience, but I also apply. So a lot of what I share with all of you, and a lot of you know this, when I answer a question, sometimes if I don't know, I tell you, I don't know. I have no problem saying, I don't know. I don't know everything, nor should I. That'd be that'd be intense. That'd be a lot. But I speak from experience, which is why so many times I have like an answer right away, because I do these things. So I always say, I don't preach what I practice. I don't practice what I preach. I preach what I practice. So I'm sharing. This podcast is sharing what I do. And if I change my mind, I do something differently, then I'll explain why, or I'll tell you what I do differently. I do different things now than I did 5 years ago or 6 years ago, which is good. That means I'm learning and adapting, and that's more important. Learning to be adaptable and being open to learning new things is much more important than being like smart. Depends on how you define that. But I appreciate the compliment. I can take a compliment, but I know what you mean. Pedro, the Cadillac bar is pretty awesome with a neutral grip, but being done with neutral dumbbell presses. Yeah, it's a neutral grip. It's more like, yeah, it has a nice angle. But I kind of like the Cadillac bar is definitely better than the ones that are like vertically straight that are flat. So the Cadillac bar is nice. I mean, personally, I would like a little bit, I can even get a little bit more stretch in there too, personally. But it's nice. It's a nice little extra. I still feel better with dumbbell in general. Midnight Rider, turkey is a weak bird. Goddamn right it is. Goddamn right. No skid marks. Good call. Let's see. Scrolling down. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Bubbles, I love this community. Y'all blunt and tell it how it is. Now I'm going to say when I'm down, no more poo butt. Time to wipe. Ooh, I like that. Time to wipe. There you go. Time to wipe. Good for you. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but when you're eating healthy and you're eating healthy, this takes time. You're eating healthy, you're repairing your gut and your gut-brain axis. You're going to start feeling better. Get as much sunlight as you can. I don't know where you live. Take vitamin D, take some magnesium, make sure you're getting in all these like important minerals, get organ meats. When you're eating better and sleeping better, it's going to regulate your mood a lot more. Most Americans, especially in the world, but especially in the United States, people are not sleeping. They're not doing any of the 7 pillars. They're eating shit. They're not exercising. They're stressed the fuck out. They're always on their phones and stressing out about it. They're just destroying their health and wonder why. And I suffer from depression. You don't fucking say. Your entire life is a hot fucking mess and you're completely disconnected from anything health related. And you wonder why you don't feel good. So, a lot of people's like diagnoses can go fuck all the way off. If you're doing all the other things first, I'm not saying everyone's the same. Some people literally have some people have serious problems. I'm not saying that. But almost 100% of people, like 95% of people, trash themselves. So I wonder why. Shocker, people have problems. The same thing that when they say the diets fail 98% of the time. Yeah, well, if you're doing some stupid bullshit, it's going to fail almost 100% of the time. Well, 98% is pretty damn close. So if you're doing something stupid as shit, it's probably not going to work. Why? Because it's stupid as shit. It's shocking that we have to have this conversation, but I think it's important. Ooh, I like that. Pedro, Papa could not be like Fauci. Arguing with me is to challenge fitness. Attacks on me,
quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on fitness. That's a good shirt, right? Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on fitness. Ray Lopez, Papa Swolio, if aging was all genetics, why do most fruitarians and long-term vegans look at least 10 to 20 years older than their real age? If aging was all genetics. I mean, I'm not an aging expert, but you're asking me why do most people that are suffering from malnutrition look old and frail? It's because they're not eating real food. They're decaying. Their bones are decaying. Their mental health is decaying. Their skin is decaying. You look at a lot of vegans and people that don't eat enough animal proteins and organ meats, their skin looks all ragged and their face looks like it's melting. Their eyes are all sunken in. We say this all the time. You see a video and they have, those vegan eyes when their eyes look sunken in and there's like glazed over, like just glossy, like they're stoned. Their bodies are like just falling apart. Will, when doing pull downs or cable rows, have you used the mag bars before, and what bars do you prefer the most? Yes, I have. I have some attachments. They're like knockoff mag bars. They're not technically the mag bars, but I have those like with the hooks where you grab around. Those are pretty good. You could also use, so many different grips. Depends on what the exercise is. So the mag bars are cool. I actually just ordered some bars that are, I'll show you guys when I get them in. They're long and they have holes all the way through it. So it's just a bar and they just have holes all the way through. So you can attach individual handles anywhere across. So you can pull from here, pull from here, pull from here. So you can put any attachment you want anywhere across the entire bar. So it depends on the grip. I have these tri bars where it's like a little cone for grips. There's all different sorts of different grips. You know, the standard rope things. I never use a standard rope. So it really depends on the exercise and my mood and what I'm trying to hit. But a lot of times, you know, depending on the exercise, but for like back and for pull downs and stuff, I'm always using wraps and stuff like that. And the reason is you want to make sure you're hitting the muscles you're trying to hit. Your weakest link is going to be your grip strength. And when I'm doing, let's say, a pull down or a row or something, I'm not doing that to challenge my grip. I'm doing that to hit my lats. I'm doing that to hit my rhomboids or whatever I'm doing, depending on the angle. So, you know, I get plenty of grip strength from doing club work and mace work. And it's a good way to not overload my grip because I'm getting a lot. I'm getting a lot of tension and strain and fatigue on the tendons and ligaments when I'm doing all the Persian meals, when I'm doing the maces and steel clubs. I don't need more grip strength stuff when I'm doing those isolation type exercises. They're not necessarily isolation, but you know what I mean. Oh, wipe yoga. Oh my God. Matt, no wipe yoga. Oh. What episode was that? I always forget. If you don't know what wipe yoga is, you could probably do a search on the podcast. You could probably do a podcast search and find out what episode that was. We should do that, right? We should revisit. Maybe we should do that for some of the balls deep stuff. We should do like a throwback. I know we do that for overtime, but maybe we should do that on the show. Maybe do like a throwback episode or a throwback content or something like, I don't know, like an all-star or something. Maybe we'll do that, or maybe we'll just do that in overtime. Keep it there. Like review some of like a highlight. Or maybe not. I shouldn't call it a highlight. It's like it's not really a highlight as much as it's just intensely traumatizing. There's a little church right there. A little church perch. And the tainty man, everyone's sleeping. While daddy's sending out some knowledge cock to the world. Sick fucking gains. Yeah, everyone's like, great, here we go again with wipe yoga. TCAP, I got the magnesium today. Tastes interesting. Yeah, it tastes like shit. It's like fishy, but it helps recovery. Who cares? What kind of magnesium do you get? I would recommend magnesium, the glycinate. If you have the malate, that's okay too. See if it works, but I think glycinate's really good for sleep as well. But try it out. There's both those kinds. I would recommend both and see which one you like best. Okay. Let's see. Midnight Rider, Papa Swolio, more of just a comment. My girl said, Papa Swolio is so vulgar and obscene in his videos, but he's so educated and articulate on his lives, and it's evident he knows what he's talking about. Why, thank you. Oh, you're far too kind. Far too kind.
Inconceivable!
Thank you so much. When am I vulgar and obscene? I would actually venture that I am vulgar and obscene on the live streams. But you mean when I'm just ranting at people, yelling at them to not be chodes and to go to the fucking gym? Always keep people guessing. Always keep people guessing. Shh. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone that I know things. Let's keep it a secret. All right. Ray, Papa Swolio, not a question, but if you're a fruit, not a question, but if you are fruitarian, is a type of vegan that pretty much, yeah, I know. Are you asking me or? Yeah, fruitarian is not, you're not getting nutrition just by eating fruit. Your poor pancreas. Your poor pancreas. My goodness. What is this? Lopo Gopanop? What the fuck is he wearing? What the fuck is he wearing? What do you think I'm wearing?
Go fuck yourself.
A modified Papa Swolio hoodie. That's what I'm fucking wearing. And I might keep on wearing them. I might. She. Matthew, I find that hard to believe. You vulgar, obscene, never. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know what show you're watching. I don't know what videos you're watching. Obscene? Me? Come on.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
This guy? This fucking guy? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's see. Will Papa Swolio, over the years. Oh, that's a great that's a great picture. A guy drew this for me. I love. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I wish I could show it on the podcast. I'll save it. We'll pull it out for another episode. That's awesome. That's fucking cool. That's cool, Lacey. Let's see. Over the years, have any of your opinions or mindset of what you preach to the Swole fam today changed or adjusted over the years? Oh, yeah. Have you seen any of my earlier videos? I used to eat Sour Patch Kids and stuff like that. I was still eating beef liver. I've been eating beef liver for like 10 plus years. Grass-fed beef, but I've definitely navigated more towards, like in terms of nutrition, I've been constantly evolving. A lot of the earlier content was really more focused on training. And a lot of you know this when you go back and watch the episodes, obviously, it was definitely on nutrition too, but it was on eating real food. It was still on real food, even though I was eating crap too, but obviously the majority, I was still in good shape. The majority was quality food, but I was still, drinking alcohol and eating Sour Patch Kids and, I wasn't super clean as I am now. I don't want to say clean, but, as on point, and the more that I've learned, and here's the thing, the more that you talk too. I mean, I've been doing the Daily Swole podcast. So we're coming up into 2023. So it's going to be 7 years straight, never missing a day. When you talk that much, and I'm answering so many questions, and this is just over time, and the more you speak, it really refines the message. And as I'm talking, I'm thinking through things, and I'm not a hypocrite too. So a lot of times, like I said, preaching what I practice, doing the podcast and sending this message and answering questions and telling people and making recommendations, it makes me like, I'm not going to be sitting here every day telling you, go to the fucking gym and then not train. I'm not going to tell you, eat your grass-fed beef and organ meats and then go eat McDonald's every day. One, it would show, but that's just a level of hypocrisy. Like I can't do it. It's not me. So it challenges me to be better, to live what I'm talking about. That way I'm not just, being a hypocrite, but it also helps refine, and it's helped me really understand what I know, what my beliefs are, my approach is. And it's challenged me since I started doing the podcast. So I had a lot of information experience, but the earlier episodes were more like counting gains, right? It was barefoot training. These were like the first couple episodes. It was a lot more on the exercise portions and nutrition, but nutrition's a new science anyway. So everyone's opinion is changing constantly, and no one really knows 100% of the best way to do things. No one knows 100%, or no one knows, maybe not even close to 100%. But I know from personal experience and from helping thousands of people that like there are so many red flags with most things. Like, I mean, I just, it's hard to say like, for 100% sure. But as I've navigated, and as I've changed, and as I've adjusted my approach, I've only continuously seen benefits. It's just, I just keep improving and improving and improving with my physique, with my training. Like, my skin never looked so good in the past. Like I had issues, and my mobility, my joints, and just, I keep on improving. And as I improve, and as I see things that are noticeably different and benefiting me, I share them. So, there we go. That wasn't, don't rate that one. Don't rate that one. Please. Don't.
Come on, man.
Don't rate it.
How dare you?
That wasn't for you. That wasn't for rating. That was like a test pilot. I wanted to see if there was wind. Let's see. Heather McSwade. That's a fantastic name, by the way. The fuck was that? No, I was like kind of...
What the fuck is that?
I was like clearing. So many in the social media fitness area are young people that are fit, and they can still eat crap because of their youth. Most of them have no clue about health. Oh, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, welcome. Yeah. It's absolutely true. Well, they have their audience for a reason, but you can get away with more stuff. And the reason why you can get away with more stuff when you're younger, it's because your body hasn't been exposed to that shit for long enough yet. You can eat fast food every day when you're young. It's still not benefiting you. It's actually harming you long term. And then after you do it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, guess what? It compounds. You have that buildup over 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And then all of a sudden, like a sledgehammer, your engine, everything's fucking gummed up. And then it starts really, really harming you. And everyone's a little bit different. You see, lady, also, it's got to be cold. Papa's covering the nips. I know. It is. He's
heating up.
I am heating. I'm warming up though. I might actually just turn the air conditioning on more on a regular and then just wear different hoodies. I got a lot of hoodies. Dude, this hoodie has changed you. What? I don't know. I don't know about that. The hoodie has changed me. I love how emotionally damaging it is for everyone to not see my nips.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. Everyone's like really thrown off. Like, I don't just, who is this fucking dude? Someone hijacked the sleaze cast. Calra24 on Chitstagram, Papa Swolio, is cardio necessary during fat loss? It's a valid question. No, it's not. Necessary is a good word. Like required. Can you do cardio? Yes. Should you be doing some cardio? Sure. Yes. It's beneficial. But is it necessary for fat loss? Absolutely not. So it's definitely not necessary. But is it beneficial to work the systems of your body? Of course. Like the sauna is beneficial for your cardiovascular system. Doing sled work or kettlebell work or yoga, like these are all things that are beneficial to your cardiovascular system. This is why I don't like addressing the term cardio, because you're getting cardio. You might be talking about level and zone training, like level 2 cardio, like hiking up a hill. So it depends on, that's what I'm assuming you mean, but you're going to get cardiovascular benefits from various types of exercise. Just keep that in mind. And I don't like addressing these questions. I don't like addressing these questions specifically because everyone's idea of what cardio is different. Let's see. Comment. Heather, according to a study that I think was presented on high intensity health, before the age of 40, 50% of our cells function properly when taken care of. And after the age of 40, 0% function without care. Oh, so in other words, like as you get older and you don't take care of yourself, like shit just, yeah, I mean, we're decaying. We're dying since we're born, right? Let's see, Ray, I made a typo. I meant to say, if you didn't know what a fruitarian was, it means a vegan that only eats fruit. Oh, just for general. That has to be the most extreme thing for someone to do. Like, where are they getting their protein? That's insane. Now, you can eat avocados. You're getting some beneficial fats there. There are some fruits that are considered fruits that are more nutritious than others. But man, like there's a reason why people like that look rough. It's because they're dying. They're starving to death. They're getting calories, but they're starving to death. A couple more questions. If you got it, we're running to the wire. Remember, tomorrow is our Swole fam accountability meeting at 12 noon. So be there, swolenormousx.com. Join the fam today. Get access. Tainted Man, we also got a Swole Privilege card to give away. Hashtag Swole Privilege in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. Mario Merendino. I read that horrifically. I go to the fucking gym every day. My man. Should I take creatine or just go to the fucking gym? Sure. You're lifting, you want to be big? Sure. You can supplement with creatine. We talked about this, I think, was it yesterday? Day before? You can take 3-5+ grams depending on your body weight, lean mass. You can take creatine. You get it in red meat, but of course, in greater concentration if you supplement. It's not going to make or break your fitness. You might see some benefits. Some people like it better than others. I don't necessarily believe that you're going to take creatine like, whoa, now I'm huge. But it can definitely benefit you. Yeah, go to the gym fucking every day. Take creatine. That's fine. That's good. You probably do need it. It's probably going to be a good supplement to you. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water and getting electrolytes and nutrition and sleep and all the other 7 pillars. Creatine is not a pillar. Will, any chance you could show us a setup of your stream/stream deck? Oh, like my little setup? Yeah, maybe at some point. I can't right now, obviously, because the camera's going this way. Breakdown, I got 4 screens. I got lights. I got cameras. We have 5 cameras. Got my audio input, got a headphone booster, got 4 stream decks, got a unnecessary amount of SSD hard drives under there. I don't even know how many are under there. It's probably like 5 or 6. Let's see what else we got here. Microphone stand, audio interfaces over there. I also have a live, what I call that? A live audio processor. So one of the things that I will tell you about what I like to do for streaming is I wanted to make sure that I can do everything from one spot. I don't want to have to move and do all these different things, but I have made it ideal for post-processing. So because everything is kind of edited with the processor when it goes into the computer, I don't have to do anything post. So you can have digital ones that, take out echo or hum or background or have like noise gates and stuff like this. But I do it manually. I do it with an actual device. That way, when I'm done, it goes into my audio editor or goes into my like Final Cut and it's already edited. So it's good to go. And this came after years of listening to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I listen on my phone. I listen on a speaker. I listen in my car. And if it sounds weird, I would adjust. I would adjust what I'm doing so it sounds good. So I've tested and I listen to my podcast so many times so I can just like boom, boom, boom and get it done. But yeah, got a lot of stuff. And I have my adjustable desk. It goes up and down. And wires everywhere. Wires everywhere. That's one thing that I still have not done to this day is given any fucks about wire management. It's like, it's all plugged in and it works. That's fine. Some people are like, I want to have everything completely. I don't want to see it. You ever see those things of those guys on TikTok or I guess Reels? They probably have them too. Or it's just like, you can't see a single wire. They're just obsessed that you just can't see anything. It's just monitors. You look like a serial killer. It's kind of, it's a little much. Like Patrick Bateman over in this fucking place. Come on, man. Come on. Look like you use this shit. Look like you fucking use it. Look like you've been here before, Let's see. Lillian Grace, Papa Swole, I used to be very stationary and my panic attacks happened a lot. Once I began working out, it completely stopped. Do you think some of anxiety issues could be helped by working out? 1,000%. Absolutely. Sauna and cold plunging and sauna is fantastic. Proper nutrition, proper sleep, sunlight, 1,000%. Absolutely. That's one of the 7 pillars, exercise, but all the other aspects too. Like I said, sunlight, proper nutrition, consistent sleep, your community, your environment is extremely important. I think I mentioned sunlight, all those things, nutrition, absolutely. Maybe 10,000%. Absolutely. Heather, in your opinion, Papa Swole, do you think that the pendulum will start to swing the other way within the next decade or so and people will wake up and make health a priority? That's a good question. Do I think that the pendulum will start to swing the other way? I think the last 2 years with the lockdowns and stuff, I think if people didn't wake up now, I don't know if they ever will. Like they're just going to work their way out of the gene pool. Like they're going to die. I mean, everyone dies, but I don't know if the pendulum will swing. Because when you say people will wake up, I mean, some will, some have, some are every day. But the way you said it, kind of like a cultural shift, yeesh, not in the next decade. You know what I mean? If you're talking about from the top down, no, not in that time frame. Unfortunately, it sounds like a long time, but it's not. So, like, if I think, well, if you want to say pandemic, it really was like just lockdowns. Forget the pandemic part. That was, super shady. It was more about the lockdowns that were, that was the thing. And the authoritarian overreach. A lot of people are still dealing with that shit. I don't know where it is where all of you live, but anyway, if that didn't wake you up for taking care of your health, I don't know what would. If you were a healthy person, you were fine. And whenever someone says, when it comes to COVID, like I was, so-and-so was really, really healthy and then were they though? Were they healthy? And I'm not saying this to be insensitive, but were they really healthy? Most people have severe nutrient deficiencies, even if you have muscles, even if you're extremely active. And here's the thing, when people are extremely active and train and take care and exercise, remember, you can exercise regularly and be severely nutrient deficient. When you exercise regularly, you need more nutrition. You need more you need more of it because you're using it. Your body needs to repair. So when you're training regularly and you're not getting proper nutrition, your immune system might even be more compromised in some cases because you're worn down. So just because you're going to the gym and you're not obese doesn't mean you're healthy and doesn't mean your immune system's on point. So, healthy people don't get sick. Healthy people just don't drop dead. Healthy people don't suffer constantly. And this is all, like everything we're doing here, this experiment called life, this is all survival of the fittest. And again, this is not to be inconsiderate, but all we are is survival of the fittest. And that doesn't mean, can you do 50 push-ups? That means based on your genetics, based on your lifestyle habits, based on the things that you do, everything is survival of the fittest. If there's another, disease that's either created and released again, or that just happens naturally, which is unlikely, whatever, then there will be a survival. Maybe it's people that are over, let's say 6'5", because the virus only goes that high in the atmosphere. So if you're 6'5", you don't breathe any of it. Then guess what the human race is going to look like? Everyone's going to be over 6'5". If there's population, because how many women are over 6'5"? So maybe we die out. Bottom line, you get my point. It's just adaptations. And if you take care of your health, you're in the best position to survive. Period. End of story. Everything is survival of the fittest. Everything. The stronger will survive. Stronger in all different aspects. Stronger, people that are more willing to adapt, people that plan better, people that think more outside the box, people that don't just like follow what stupid people say, people that are physically stronger, that can climb, that can lift, that can fight, whatever it is. People that are more equipped will survive. Like everything and anything. Lady Hawk, we'll wrap this up, but Alan Roberts over on his channel has theorized that in a few years we will see these fat acceptance, body positivity people start trying to lose weight like Lizzo. I think, well, when you're faced with your own mortality, everyone, all these like fat influencers and people that do these bullshit challenges, like someone else, Ray said, 10,000 calorie challenges, people that stuff their face. When you're faced with your mortality, shit gets fucking real. So when you're faced with that, when you're 25 and you're obese Hey, my blood work. Hey, you health at every size. How old are all these people? Where are the morbidly obese 50-year-old women that are making this content? Where are they? You could be fat and beautiful. They're not around. They're dead. Or you don't hear them doing it because you can't make anyone believe that. It's like, it's ridiculous. They're all 20 or 25. They look 45, but they're really not. How many times we watched a video when a female is morbidly obese and they're like 20 years old and we're like, holy shit, you're in fucking college, and they look like they're 35 or 40. So yeah, like I said before, when you are that unhealthy, your blood work in the moment, like you might not have just done that cataclysmic damage yet, but it's going to happen. It's going to catch up to you quick and you're not going to be able to stop it. So what is it going to take? They'll find out. Everyone's going to be different, but sure. I mean, you're not going to be able to, you can't fend that off. They're going to lose their followers, or it's going to be, the narrative will shift, and then that's going to be the cool thing. Like, hey, we're going to lose weight, but I'm not losing weight to be healthy. I'm losing weight they'll make some bullshit. Who knows? It's just ridiculous. Bottom line, take care of your health or don't. But, I can't make you eat properly. I can't make you take care of yourself, nor should I be able to make you. You should want to do it for yourself. And this is why I say on like all my videos, I say, why does some bearded guy on the internet care more about your health than you do? I'm just telling you, go to the fucking gym and you don't want to. Why? That's really fucking weird, isn't it? Hey, you should take care of your health. You should not be eating industrial waste. Hey, fuck you. I'll do what I want. That's a weird thing to say to someone that's correct. It's like, why don't you care? Why don't you care? Oh. Yeah. Well, Heather says, yes, I've brought a few times in the past couple of years. I thought of a few times in the past couple of years that I was going to die, and I'm having health issues that I now believe are due to my weight. I'm 44 and I've got to get on it. I mean, is it due to your weight? This is the thing where you hear the like fat acceptance people say, well, it's not because of my weight. It's not the weight. Being fat doesn't mean doesn't make you unhealthy. You're not fat before you're unhealthy. That's the difference. You're not fat before you're unhealthy. This is what so many people don't understand. You're unhealthy, so you're fat. You don't take care of yourself. Everyone reacts differently to different exposure because genetics does have a role. And because if you're slender doesn't mean that you're healthy either. You could be anorexic. You could be extremely poor nutrition. You could be a smoker. You can have all sorts of issues. But it's like your poor lifestyle habits lead you to be morbidly obese. It's not like I was fat, so now I'm unhealthy. It's like that's not how it works. Like the unhealthy habits started that whole thing. Oh, I'm so glad to. Thank you, Katie. I've been watching Papa all day while I paint my house, and now he's live. Day is made. Thank you for your dailies. Why, thank you so much for listening. Love it. Thank you so much. Oh, no, I'm not. That got me on a rant, Heather. I wasn't like saying that like you were saying that. Heather says, I mean, due to my weight in the sense that I've learned that fat releases estrogen and then I'm having hormonal issues, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, of course. Well, of course, once you get to that point and you have so much extra, adipose tissue, yeah, that's going to cause, it's a compounding effect. Like that's going to lead to more health problems. But that's what I mean. I'm saying a lot of other people, like, because we were talking about fat acceptance stuff before. Yeah. All right, fam. Excellent. We got a slow start for this Ask Papa Swolio live, but it turned up. Let's get a little church cam. Aww. Oh, she's looking so cute. Hi, baby girl. Let's give Church a little scratchies right here. And let's see a little bit of a Tainty Man. God, he looks like he's just getting too big for that fluff. That's a good girl. Good girl. And scratch your butt. Little booty scratch. Are you going to be like your brother? You're just going to always be in the opposite direction, no matter where the camera is. You're going to be pointed the opposite direction. Sweet. Awesome. All right, let's give away today's Swole card, and tomorrow we'll see you for the accountability meeting at 12 noon Eastern time. Here we go. Swole privilege time. Ooh, and as it should be, as it should be. I love landing on someone, and they've been extremely involved in the Mancast. Heather McSwade, congratulations. Super dope. Super dope. I love it. I love it when the swolendipity occurs. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2389, the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Fucking sweet. Congratulations, Heather. Pedro, Dominion rigged. Actually, it's not. It's not. We've been using paper ballots. We've been using paper ballots lately.
Make sure make sure you have the record player on at night.
Well, I'll tell you what, fam. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can do if you're not happy with the results. You can still keep dropping the hashtag. We'll keep counting. We'll keep counting. We'll keep raffling for the next couple weeks. You got a couple weeks to get all the hashtags in. You know what I'm saying? You get it? You get it? Too soon? Too soon? Should we do that now? Should we pick the Swole card? Like, we'll get it done in the next couple weeks. We'll see who wins today's Swole card in a couple weeks. All right? Takes a couple weeks. A couple weeks to figure out who wins each Swole card. That makes sense, right? Send it to some dead person. Some dead person will win. It happens. It happens. America, baby. Everyone's got rights, even dead people.
Eat shit, Derek.
Oh, there it is, Lady Hawk. Papa's from Florida. He knows how to count votes. Let's fucking go. Fuck yeah! Suck my dick! Suck my dick!
Because
Hadouken! Shoryuken!
First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Yeah, buddy.
He's on fire! And by the way, I sit on the stand, and to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it would trade, and then watch the hair come back up again.
We got a request at the buzzer for the Lizzo soundboard. I got
you. You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
Lizzo, healthier than I'll ever be. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I'll ever be. Can you imagine saying the bar so fucking low? All right, fam, tomorrow is our Swole Fam accountability meeting. Tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. I will see you Swole sluts there. We'll take in... Pedro says, reel in Moby. I will. I'm letting him air out a little bit. He's hanging low. It's going to take me some time. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, we'll take some calls. If you have a call-in question, we'll axe you. The streets will run red with the Swole Fam's blood. And of course, we'll have some new releases and stuff to talk about. So see you there tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Let's bring that beast in. I like it, just whole time. Time to take the pants off again. All right, fam. We will see you. Only the sweater. Indeed. It's hard to find something that fits.
Because.
All right, we'll see. Sweatshirt's in the way. It's awkward. Got clipped. So tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, and then of course we're back here for 2390 Schwam for Tainty Tuesday. I'm super stoked. You're welcome, Bubbles, Glenna, Matthew, Lady Hawk, Cerny, TCAP, Pedro, Charisma, Heather. Congratulations on the Swole card. Everyone, see you tomorrow for the meeting. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying?
The following program is rated T.